All right, settle down, you lot. Infinite Destinations here, your trusty tour guide to the wacky and wonderful world of Hobart, Tasmania. Forget your Sydney opera houses and your harbour bridges. We're diving headfirst into the weird and wonderful heart of Hobart. We're talking markets that'll make you say, what in the wallaby? Museums that are anything but boring, and views from mountains so high you'll practically be able to see New Zealand. So buckle up, grab a bag of Tim Tams, the Aussie version of penguins, you'll love them, and get ready for a right laugh, because we're about to embark on a top 5 countdown you won't want to miss. First up, we're hitting up Salamanca Market, a Hobart institution. Imagine a place where you can buy handmade didgeridoos, kangaroo leather hats, stylish, I'm telling you, and the most delicious artisanal cheeses you've ever tasted. You'll find yourself chatting with local artists, dodging buskers, juggling chainsaws, health and safety, and maybe even getting roped into a didgeridoo lesson. Trust me, it's harder than it looks. And don't even get me started on the food stalls. From fresh oysters to kangaroo burgers, don't knock it till you try it. Your taste buds will be doing the Tasmanian two-step. Just be sure to save room for some lamingtons, the national cake of Australia. They're little squares of sponge cake coated in chocolate and coconut. Delicious. So if you find yourself in Hobart on a Saturday, Salamanca Market is an absolute must-visit. Just be prepared for anything, because in this market, the quirky is king. Next up, we're venturing into the wonderfully weird world of Mona, the Museum of Old and New Art. Now, this isn't your average museum with dusty old paintings and ancient artifacts. Oh no, this place is a wild ride. We're talking thought-provoking, sometimes shocking, and often hilarious exhibits. You might encounter a wall made entirely of vaginas. Yes, you heard that right. A machine that turns food into, well, let's just say it's best you see it for yourself. And art installations that will leave you scratching your head and chuckling in disbelief. Mona is not for the faint of heart, but it's an experience you won't soon forget. Just be prepared to question everything you thought you knew about art. And maybe pack a strong stomach, just in case. Now let's get some fresh air, shall we? We're heading up to the top of Mount Wellington, where the views are as breathtaking as the wind is strong. Seriously, hold on to your hats, folks. On a clear day, you can see for miles, taking in panoramic views of Hobart, the Derwent River and the surrounding mountains. It's enough to make you want to burst into a spontaneous rendition of The Hills Are Alive. But be warned, the weather on Mount Wellington can change at the drop of a hat. You might start your journey in glorious sunshine and end up in a snowstorm. Don't worry, there's a visitor centre at the summit where you can warm up with a cuppa and a cheeky sausage roll. So, pack a jacket, grab your camera, and get ready for an unforgettable experience at the top of Tassie. Next, we're taking a stroll through Battery Point, one of Hobart's oldest and most charming neighbourhoods. Picture cobblestone streets, quaint cottages, and more antique shops than you can shake a stick at. But don't let the old world charm fool you. Battery Point is also a hub for hipsters, with its trendy cafes, art galleries, and quirky boutiques. You can find everything from vintage clothing to handmade jewellery to taxidermied Tasmanian devils, for that special someone. And if you're feeling brave, take a ghost tour after dark. Battery Point is said to be one of the most haunted places in Australia, with tales of spooky sightings and unexplained occurrences. Just don't blame me if you have trouble sleeping after. Chapter 5, Royal Tasmanian Botanical Gardens, Plants, Peace and Maybe a Picnic. Last but not least, we're finding our zen at the Royal Tasmanian Botanical Gardens. Now, I know what you're thinking. Botanical gardens, how boring. But trust me, this place is anything but. We're talking over 14 hectares of stunning gardens, featuring plants from all over the world. You can wander through the rainforest, marvel at the cacti and succulents, or simply relax by the lily pond and soak up the tranquility. And if you're feeling peckish, pack a picnic and find a shady spot under one of the many ancient trees. Just watch out for the wallabies. They're notorious for stealing sandwiches. Well, there you have it, my top 5 must-visit spots in Hobart. From quirky markets to bizarre museums, stunning mountains to charming neighbourhoods and peaceful gardens, Hobart has something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Book that flight, pack your bags, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure in the heart of Tasmania. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more travel tips, hilarious stories, and all-around good times. Cheers, mates!